Welcome to Finding Your Worth from Within, the podcast where I'm going to be helping you up-level your life, find your true self, and ignite the best version of you. I'm your host, Aman Sana, your go-to self-worth mentor, facilitating hundreds of women to unlock your self-belief, master your emotions, and take back control of negative thoughts. We're going to be covering everything self-worth for South Asian women, how to ditch your self-doubt, kick other people's judgment to the curb, and learn how to finally use your voice clearly and with confidence. With the practical tools and spiritual teachings that I give you in this podcast, don't be surprised when this magic begins to massively elevate your life. So whether you're going for a walk, driving home, or listening with a cup of coffee, let's get stuck in. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Finding Your Worth from Within. Now, this episode is being recorded from the beach in Dubai because it was a question that somebody asked me, and I thought this is just an absolutely insane training in itself. Like, I need to bring it to you guys because all of the juicy little golden nuggets in here you're gonna absolutely love. So if you're running a business, or if you've got a passion project, if you're looking to start something of your own, this is an episode that you want to save and come back to. Because the question that I was asked was, what happened for you to really step into yourself? What happened? Like, how did you become who you are? Where did the confidence come from in your brand and in your work? Now, this is really multi-layered and has so many different elements to it. But let's go through it, right? Maybe pull up a pen and paper, maybe get up your notes app, whatever it is that you need. Definitely get some notes down because, like I said, this training is going to be epic. So for me, I was Aman Sana mentoring, and I helped ladies with self-worth. I was a confidence and self-worth mentor, and I was really happy with it. And like, my energy was in flow, I thought. And I was doing all of the right things. I was signing clients and it was absolutely great. But when I look back now, I was washing down what I actually wanted to say. And you can see that in my brand. You can see that in the content that I'm creating. You can see that in what I'm talking about online. You can see it in the way I show up. And those that have been following me on Instagram for a while will be able to see this quite distinctively, because so many people said, oh my God, your energy lately is insane. And that was the shift. That was like the catalyst of when I was like, right, I'm owning this. And I think what happened was, let's say last summer, July, August time, something happened when I was like, right, I am stepping into this new version of me. Like, what is it that I actually want to say? And again, it was a catalyst of things. I attended an event in July, August time, and after that event, then I did some worked with some coaches, micro offers, and it was around my branding, around what I want to say, around what I want to bring to the world. And what came about was Aman Sana mentoring, helping ladies with self-worth, wasn't actually what I wanted to bring to the world. And forever I've said, I'm going to create a ripple effect for South Asian women. And that's where it lied. That's where the key was. Because what I actually want to do is create a movement for South Asian women to unlock their voice, unlock their courage, unlock their confidence. Yes, it comes down to self-worth. But if we're honest, the average woman walking around and thinking, oh my God, like, I'm not using my voice, they're not thinking about self-worth. Yes, that's the underlying tone, and self-worth is the underlying thing that actually needs working on. But you didn't identify with that as much as you do unlocking your voice. You didn't identify with that as much as you did about confidence. And that's where I made the shift, the movement, like, to call out, ladies, this isn't just for me, this is for everyone, this is for every single one of us that knows what we're going through without having to say it, without having to have the conversation. As South Asian women, we know and understand what we're going through culturally, societally, like within families. And the minute I spoke to that, the minute I changed the branding, obviously I had a brand shoot. I was in Ibiza co-facilitating a retreat, which again was a huge thing for me because I knew I was capable of all this stuff. I knew that I could do it. And that's the other thing. right now, ladies, you might be listening to this and you might be thinking, I know I can stand on stages, I know I can lead workshops, I know I can run a podcast. However, you're not actually being that person, and this is the key, and this is where the magic lies. I'm going to say that about everything, can't I? This is where the magic lies, because the minute you start acting like that person is when it actually happens for you. And I know you've heard this so many times, and I'm not talking about act as if that future version of you, like go and get your nails done, we're not on about that kind of stuff. I'm talking about, I knew I was capable of co-facilitating retreats. It just wasn't in my reality in that time. When I called it into my reality and when I made it real and I was actually doing it, something happened in my body and I was like, oh, of course I'm this person, obviously. And my body got the evidence. My brain already knew it, my body got that evidence, and my nervous system calibrated and it said, okay, we can do this. I'd already planned my shoot out there in Ibiza, and Lord knows why. I don't know where. It was part of the branding. I was like, right, in a sari, on a cliff top, in this gorgeous, bright, dress, this is what we're gonna do. And I just knew I wanted it to be different. Like my last brand shoot, I had a laptop and a coffee mug in my kitchen, which I loved at the time and it suited me, but it was almost like that good girl had gone and this embodied, confident version of a woman had come to life. And that really happened through the photo shoot as well. Like this photo shoot, the brand came to life in October, I think it was, I brought it to life, and it was unlocked. Unlocking your courage, your voice and your confidence for South Asian women. And that, so many women heard it, felt seen, felt understood. That's where it came to as well. And I think one of the other things for me, finally was, well, not finally actually, because there's another point, conviction. The conviction I have in my work is what brings that confidence. The conviction I have in my work now is the difference to what it was before. And what it was before, I thought I was confident in what I did. I thought I could talk about it for hours on end. But now when people ask me, it's like, yeah, I'm meant to be on stages. I'm meant to be international. I'm meant to be hosting events. I'm meant to be running group workshops. Of course I'm meant to do this. It's meant for me. Before I knew it was meant for me and it was in my head, but my body knows it's meant for me now because that shift has happened, that identity shift has happened, the conviction in my work. Before I might have said oh, I help South Asian women with their self-worth so that they can lead a happy, fulfilled life, right? Now when people ask me what is it that you do? I'm the founder of a company called Unlocked. It's where we unlock women's voice, confidence and courage so that they can really come alive and ignite their passion in what they do. There's a difference in what I'm saying there, and people can hear it and people can feel it, and it's the words, the way you say the words, the energy behind the words, because you believe it so much. I believe that this movement is meant. I'm so passionate about South Asian women. I see some women, I'm like, guys, what are you doing? There's so much to you. I can see that fire inside of you. I can see that conviction inside of you, but you're not unlocking it. You're not allowing it space because you're not giving it permission. And that's what it was. I gave myself that permission to slip, to say, okay, I need to be seen, I need to be heard, because I've got a mission here, I've got a movement to create here. Because South Asian women, other South Asian women, we have so much genius inside of us. And it's time to unlock that. I'm sick of us playing small. The passion behind what I do is what created the confidence and the courage and the conviction. And I gave that space. I gave it space to breathe, to grow, to embody. And then obviously as a catalyst, Unlocked Live, my event, 100 South Asian women, we filled the room with 100 South Asian women. And that had a knock-on effect on everybody else as well. And again, in that room, because I knew, for me, the catalyst was being at that event, being at the retreat in Ibiza and be of course I'm meant to do this. My brain knew it, my body needed to get on board. I knew I wanted to create spaces where women's bodies got on board. So created areas at this event where there was podcast areas where you could sit and pretend that you were interviewing somebody, or pretend that you were being interviewed, whether you want to be interviewed, whether you want to host a podcast, whatever it was, that was there for people. I gave women space to stand on stage and share their journey and take pictures so that they can use it for their vision board. They're not just looking at somebody else's face on their vision board. It's actually them. And this had so much impact on those women. The event was on Saturday. One of the women by Tuesday had a proposition from somebody, an opportunity to speak on a podcast. She'd taken a picture in that seat, and her brain believed it was already there for her. Her body knew that she could do it. These are the kind of ripple effects that I dream for South Asian women, and that's why I create them, and that's how I'm so passionate about it. That's how I'm so confident. Even if you look at the branding, like before the branding, my branding was so purpley mauve, like washed down, and now it's like bright, like raspberry color. Like there's just so much of a difference in the branding, because I'm giving myself permission to take up space. I'm not allowing myself to be watered and washed down anymore. The conviction behind what I do. And then finally it's taking opportunities, like just going for it regardless of the outcome, regardless of what's going to happen. I've pitched recently to a huge networking company in Dubai, and was like, to pitch to say, like, I would love to host an evening event while I'm here. Did it come to fruition? Has it come out? No, not yet. But I did it. I put the pitch together. I still took that opportunity, because without taking that opportunity, there's never going to be a yes. If you don't do the thing, if you don't take the opportunity, if you don't seize that moment, it's always going to be a no. And what's the worst that can happen? They say no. And that's exactly what happened in this place. In this moment, she was like, at the moment, we don't have the capacity for it. Or I think it was a bit short notice, if I'm honest, in timing. But it was like, at the moment, does that mean I'm going to stop? No. It's because I actually just take that leap of faith. Was I shitting myself putting that proposal together? Yes. Like, corporate stuff always makes me like outside my comfort zone. But if you don't do it, you're never going to get a different outcome. If you don't do it, you're never going to get that yes. So the way my brand has changed and what's happened for me is I took up space and gave myself permission. B, I completely changed my brand and called into this movement where women were like, yeah, feel seen and heard. I changed the colours, the look of it. I stepped into myself physically, gave my body evidence, worked on my nervous system. And I take the opportunities. I do the things that scare me, because without doing them, then I'm not that woman. I embody who I am. Like, unless I do the scary things, then, I'm not doing the things that I teach you to do. That's exactly what I teach my clients to do. Do the scary things. What's the worst that can happen? You get 50 no's, you might get one yes, the yes that you need. It's okay. Getting a no means nothing about you. It doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a no for now. That's cool. That's all right. So, I know that this is going to have landed with you in some way, because it's not the first time I've been asked it about my work. So I want you to take this podcast, save it, and come back to it when you're feeling maybe a bit low about yourself, feeling a bit unsure about yourself. You know it's possible for you to do. And if you want the help doing it, if you want to help step into your identity, then my DMs are always open. We can explore how we can do that together, because in my Legacy Leads Mastermind, this is what ladies are doing for themselves. Like, if that sounds like something you want to do, DM me. My DMs are always open. And if you don't feel like you're ready to work together in this moment, that's okay. Save this episode, take the notes, because at some point you will be ready. You will have tried it so many times by yourself and realize that actually you do need the help, and you need that accountability to step into your courage. You need that secret magic key to be able to see into your energy field and understand what's going on. And when you are ready, my DMs are always open. Thank you for listening. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Finding Your Worth from Within. If today's message resonated with you, it would mean the world to me if you could follow, rate, and leave a review. Sharing the podcast with someone that you feel may benefit is the best way to help it grow and spread this important message. To stay connected between episodes, come hang out with me on Instagram @Mentoring. Can't wait to see you there.